Welcome back to the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2020 tournament. This is a week 3 game. I've been a little bit slow on casting. Wait, week 4? Oh, I don't even remember anymore. Been a little bit slow on casting these just because been really busy with work with the whole like transition to working from home and stuff. Yeah, this is a week 3 game. So this is still on 7.24B, starting tomorrow. Wait, it's 2 days from now. We should see 7.25 games come out. So we're still in like the old patch a little bit. Gotta bring my mind back to a week ago where the meta was completely different. No Ursas, no bounty hunters everywhere. So instead we're gonna see some normal bans here. Puck, Timber, Slaughter, Husker. I don't really think is that normal of a ban in phase 1, but respectable nonetheless. We've got Dota from Facebook. They forgot to set their team logo today, and then up against Google Cloud players. I'm not gonna lie, this one I'm gonna straight up predict is gonna be a little bit of a stomp because I know Google Cloud player has some Immortal players, and most of Dota from Facebook is like Legend and Ancient, so there's definitely going to be a big skill disparity here. But let's see what Dota from Facebook can bring to the table. They're going to open with a Jakira pick. I think when we've been playing with them, like Jakira is one of the heroes they tend to do pretty well with. I think he's like pretty stable 5. He kind of fits the meta right now, or at least the meta at the time is like you want some like bulky position 5 to make sure you don't like get crushed in the lane too hard. Google Cloud player is going to open with a Witch Doctor pick. I've been seeing this hero a lot recently, especially in, well, actually a lot of matches. Amazon KDC also picking Witch Doctor in their match against us. I think, Witch Doctor, he's like kind of on the rise again, but nothing explicitly changed about him. Not even in the new patch, but yeah, I've been seeing him a lot. Maybe people starting to appreciate Deathward again. And Winter Wyvern. So, normally you see Winter Wyvern in the 5 position, but there's definitely some flexibility here. You can also run him in like 4 and off lane as well, so especially now with the changes to Winter's Curse, you can actually deal damage. And they're gonna start with Conquer on the side of Dota from Facebook. Second pick. There's definitely some flexibility here as well. You can go mid or off lane. So we'll probably see Dota from Facebook ban out Razor. That's a pretty easy pick against a Conquer. They do have 2 bans in this phase, unlike what's going to be the case next week where there's going to be 4-1-1 instead of 3-2-1 in terms of bans. That'll be an interesting change, but we'll discuss that in a week from now. So yeah, probably going to be a Razor ban. Oh, they get Pangolier instead. I mean, Pango doesn't really care about Kunkka that much. You can always just like Rolling Thunder out of the X marks, although you can I mean, is it really that good of a counter? If you like time, if you time the Rolling Thunder, like if you spam Rolling Thunder as soon as you get X'd, he still needs to cast the Torrent. Actually, they didn't ban. Oh, they didn't ban Razor at all. I don't know about this one. I mean, OD does really well against Kunkka as well. Are they thinking? I don't know about this one. Google Cloud players does have last pick, so they're probably gonna pick their mid last. Lifesteal and Ricky banned out. Yeah, those are 2 pretty common heroes. Lifesteal would do pretty good against Witch Doctor and Wyvern. Doesn't really care that much about the spam. Got a lot of sustain with Feast. Ricky is just so frustrating to deal with right now. Wyvern's still flexible. We'll probably see an offlane pick. I mean, they should just pick Razor right now. They banned Lifestealer. Oh, they're gonna go with Axe. Okay, so it's gonna be support Wyvern. Probably the 4 position Wyvern, not 5 position Witch Doctor. I think Wyvern can do a little bit more with farm, get an early level 10, and chunk him away with the plus 60 damage talent. I've been seeing sometimes Orchid first on position 4 Wyvern, which is super greedy, but you basically become another core. You probably won't see that. I would be surprised. I mean, you should just go Crystallis. This is the patch of the Crystallis. It hasn't been nerfed yet. I mean, up against Axe, I mean, you could pick Razor, and you don't get counterpick either. Maybe Facebook are gonna try and look for another support at this point. I think their support pool is a little bit small. They're probably gonna pick Lion. Oh, Monkey King. Okay, this is gonna be a pretty classic Tex hero that I've seen him play a lot of. Pretty easy matchup against Axe, but with the Winter Wyvern, it could get kind of annoying. I think Monkey can deal that well with the Splinter Blast spam. He only has sustain when he gets the Jingu stacks, and if Axe plays carefully, then won't see that at all. I mean, it could also just be Witch Doctor and Axe, and I don't really know how much Monkey King can do against that lane. That seems kind of scary for the Monkey King. It's still a good Razor game if you're looking at it from Google Cloud Play's perspective. You're gonna go with PA instead. He's just trying to chunk him away from a distance. Jakiro doesn't have that much armor. He's got a lot of strength, but not that much armor, so should be able to chunk down the Jakiro pretty easily. You don't really build MKB on these heroes. I believe you can miss with Tidebringer. You can't miss with Boundless Strike. So maybe that's their opportunity to kill a PA. They don't really have anything to deal with PA right now. These two heroes don't really want to build MKB. Surprisingly, Monkey King is not really much of an MKB builder himself. It seems okay, but like there are better options. Like you could go Echo Saber or Diffusal Blade instead. So like you don't really want to go for an MKB that early on. It's not like, and most hero, you don't see MKB that often on most heroes first, but except for like Wind Ranger. Although I'm not the biggest fan of that either, it seems kind of slow. Disruptor, okay. I mean, both teams having 2-5 positions. I think we normally see Disruptor in 4 if you have this set up. It seems okay. I'm just worried Disruptor is going to like fall off really early because like these heroes, they're not that spell dependent. Like yeah, PA jumps in, you static storm her, she doesn't really care. Like if she's already in, it doesn't matter if she gets static stormed. Axe is similar, like he's gonna initiate with the blink call, and then what if you static storm him, like what's that gonna do? Yeah, whatever, dude. I do like the glimpse against Death Ward if he decides to save it. Long range disable, long range cancel of the Death Ward. But I'm not really sure if this is the Disruptor pick. So Mars banned out from Google Cloud players. So they probably think this Kunkka is a mid. And there's still room for Razor if you're Google Cloud players. Like, I feel like you should just ban that, get it out of the way. That being said, the lanes aren't that flexible for Google Cloud players. They could, you don't really see PA mid very often. It's possible. You get an early level 6. She's not like horrible in a 1v1, depending on the matchup. And they do have last pick, so I could. Okay, yeah, they finally banned the Razor out. Let's see. I mean, is it gonna be Kunkka mid? They need some sort of like. Maybe they need like a big team fight. Or do you go for like the Wombo combo? X is fine for catching people, but there's like a big wind up to the combo, so it gives them it gives Google plenty of time to respond. I think they need something a little bit more instant. Maybe a bit more burst damage against the PA, try and keep it down early on. No, they are spending a lot of time on this as well. What, like, you're gonna go with Centaur, so this is gonna be an off-lane Kunkka. I mean, PA doesn't do that well against Centaur in lane. You're a melee hero against Centaur, it's pretty painful. I don't mind it too much. There's not really much setup for the stomp, which is like a big part of how Centaur lanes win. Shakira and Disruptor aren't really that reliable. Shakira is probably easier to get if we see an early point in Ice Path. Probably like level 3 or level 4. Probably level 4. Maybe it's a little bit too late if you go for a level 4. Be interested to see how they decide to lane this. So it's going to be mid coming out last from Google Cloud players. I mean, they could probably just go like Necro or something nice and easy. Just punish the Kunkka for being a melee hero. They're gonna go with Slark. Oh, what? Okay, so it's gonna be a PA mid. Interesting. Slark against Centaur, pretty good matchup for him. Slark mid? Slark mid sounds worse than PA mid. Because like, PA with early level, she can have impact with just the crits. It's not as good as she used to be. And it's gone down from like 250% to 200% over the years, crit multi. I don't know. It's probably a PA mid. Up against Kunkka, it doesn't seem like the worst matchup. Maybe if you level Blur at level 2, you can kind of like tank through these Tidebringers with a bit of RNG. Usually when you're up against Kunkka, you want some sustain, so you can just like tank through these Tidebringer spams. But we'll see how I decided to lane this. Alright, on the Radiant side, we got directed camera on. Player perspective. Alright, free camera, here we go. On the side of Data from Facebook, we've got Fruitcakes on the Centaur, Scylla on the Kunkka, Tex on the Monkey King, Leona Haydn on the Disruptor, and Chillbro Swaggins on the Jakiro. On the side of Google Cloud players, we got some name I can't read on Slark, Yuzu on the Axe, LSTM on the Witch Doctor, Coronavirus Patient on the Phantom Assassin, and JC on the Winter Wyvern. So it's going to be mid Slark, of all things. Maybe trying to hit level 6 ASAP so that he can tank through these Tidebringers. But I guess it's either way is fine. You're playing Slark into a melee hero, so it's like it's somewhat favorable.
30 seconds.
I can't imagine this lane going like really badly. Like at worst, Slack's gonna have to buy some like extra salves every now and then. Everyone having their own couriers now is quite good for that. So I think it's fine. Alright, well it's gonna be... Oh, Leonard Harden. I think Disruptor's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna try for the bounty. He doesn't actually pick it up. Well, that seemed really bad. And he might get first blooded for this. The stump comes out. Oh no, it's a level 1 stump from Centaur. You never want to see this happen. Oh, I think this top lane is already not going to go too well for them. Disruptor forced to burn his salve early on. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be Slug and Kunkka chunking away at each other. I mean, Slug does have a lot more base damage. So... should be a lot easier for the Slug to get ahead here. So bot lane seems like it's going to be the only saving grace here. It is Witch Doctor and Axe against the Monkey King. I think this is the slightly better lane duo against the MK. Top lane. I mean, I guess Centaur doesn't really care that much, but he could be like building up retaliate stacks, maybe threatening with a level 2 kinetic field if they can land it. Instead, he's gonna have to play patiently, and Scylla's already been forced back to salve, and Slacky doesn't really care that much. The Tidebringer's gonna not go off. Pump faking the torrent a bit. Oh, and it misses, unfortunately. Cast comes out on the Monkey King. He's in a lot of trouble. He does have Boundless Strike. He only gets the axe with the Boundless Strike though. So he's going to fall here. Not enough lifesteal to stay alive. Yuzu actually going to go down to the creeps here. Dual Breath completely miss. In the top lane, Leona Herder goes higher. Leona Herder goes down. Leona, yes. It's really hard to say. Must be some European name. Torrent, it's gonna miss. Nice jukes from Slark. It's actually... I mean, Slark is not too far ahead of the Kunkka, but there's a big wave pushing in now. To Tidebringer is gonna do some work. Or the deny. And Kunkka might be feeling the heat a little bit here. I mean, Slark, when he gets level 6, I don't think Kunkka is going to be able to touch him. How's Axe doing? I mean, Axe is one of those heroes it's really important to get off to a good start. I think he picked up the kill onto the Monkey King, so that's quite good for him. But, oh, the cast comes out, bounces onto the creeps, the Boundless Strike to slow the progress. LSTM's taking a lot of damage, but Maledict will push him back. Oh, Invis on Slack, just gonna chunk away at this Kunkka here. Oh, the Tidebringer misses too. The pounce! Kunkka, he's in a lot of trouble. The Dark Pact will finish him off. One more hit. A solo kill for the Slark here. That's really bad for the Kunkka. Slark, he's gonna get pretty big wave experience here as well, so he's gonna be that much closer to level 6, and I mean, Kunkka's a full level behind now. A full level and a half. Cast comes out, nothing gonna happen here. The Boundless Strike is available. He only hits the Witch Doctor. Dice 2-man Maledict. I don't think they're gonna get any more. Witch Doctor with the speedy Windlace. He does get clipped by Dual Breath, but it's not gonna be enough. The Sap does get cancelled though. It's quite nice for them. We'll see if LSTM decides to put a point in Voodoo Restoration at level 4. I think that seems pretty normal. Tex. Oh, I don't think you want to fight the axe here. It seems a bit scary. There's no points in Cole yet. Oh, but the Boundless Strike is gonna not clip the axe. He probably would have died to the spin anyway. So Yuzu having a great start as well. 5-minute bounty runes. Looks like Muna Hayden is going to get the top ones. It's going to be 2 for 2. But this mid lane is where the real disparity is. DD on Slark as well. So this Kunkka should be playing pretty scared right now. No points in X mark either, so even if he rotates, he won't be able to set up, and there's not much from his team either. So I don't know about this one. I feel like you normally see like 1-3-1 at level 5. So now if he rotates, yeah, he won't be able to kill anyone. And he's going to need to rotate. Like I don't think he'd stay in this lane for that much longer. He's not going to get anything out of it if he stays. Just getting run out by the Slark here. Slark does not care at all. How's top going? Coronavirus patient. Is tough stop. Oh, LSTM dies at bot, but Tex, he's one more tick from the Maledict. Oh, but the lifesteal, one more hit. He's not going to get it. Tex actually manages to survive here. Nice comeback for the Monkey King lane. This game actually pretty close, net worth wise at least, so it means the two side lanes are winning pretty significantly. Centaur against PA seems like not too hard of a lane for the Centaur. Already has Space Boots completed. We'll see what he wants to go for next. I mean, there's no setup from the rest of his team. There's just the X marks, which is not skilled up yet, so I think Sentinel's gonna have to go for a blink first. That seems like the sensible choice. Big pings coming out from Texi. Kunkka, he's hit level 6, but he has no mana anymore. He needs to fill up his bottle somehow. Or ship a Clarity. I think he should like make a rotation on like the PA or something. Like this Slark, I don't think they can kill him anymore. Even if they showed up with like a bunch of heroes, like level 1 Glimpse, the cast range is pretty garbage. So even if the Slark pounces away, then you can't really drag him back. Oh, the deny on the range creep as well. That feels bad. Nice ward from the Witch Doctor here, trying to get some good vision. But the Sentry does scout it, so instantly de-warded. Yeah, so Centaur, he's going to go for a blink first. Slark is free farming, so it's going to go for Diffusal first, right after the treads. Also a self-stack camp, so what a god. Might be struggling a little bit against these creeps. He's got a poor man shield too. Oh, that's pretty blessed. Drops it on the floor, but just trying to regen a bit first. Seems like he wants Stilla here. And I think Kunkka is in a lot of trouble. The DD has still got plenty of time. And it's going to be another solo kill on the Slark. No one to really help him out here. Meanwhile in the bot lane, Yuzu did die again. So Axe not having as good a start as the Centaur is at least. I mean, they do have the AoE damage and like some control as well. Static Storm against Slark is quite good. Can't dispel that. Static Storm into an Ice Path, pretty dope. So they do have tools to deal with the Slark. Oh, Yuzu? Trying to jump on Tex here. The Boundless Strike comes out, and Witch Doctor, he's gonna go down here. They actually, I feel like they could have gone for the bigger prize in the axe, but deciding not to go for the easier target on the Witch Doctor. Maybe it could have been quite risky. Pierre's gonna go for a Battle Fury, so gonna rely on this Slug to make space for her. 10-minute boundaries are coming up. Leona Hayden is still level 4. Or Chilbo Dragon's level 6, so definitely should be the Disruptor taking the tome here. Definitely seen a few previous games Disruptor not getting level 6 at a decent time and just like completely falling off. That does happen on Disruptor. But 10-minute boundary is going to be 2 for 2 again. It's Slack well ahead of the pack, but the other two cores on Google Cloud players not doing too badly. Axe, he's not gonna go Blink first. I think that's pretty normal for the most part. It's kind of hard if you go Blink first. You have to like really commit to it, and Kunkka's just gonna die again. The Ghost Ship comes out, but it's not gonna be enough to save him. And Disruptor, I think, is potentially gonna be. Seems like Disruptor's gonna be fine. But Axe running in Phase Boots and the slow from the Battle Hunger should be easy kill. Gets the call off and the cask as well. So the Death Ward will finish off Chilburst Wagons. Nice kill from LSTM. Stampede on cooldown. Coronavirus Patient is level 6 now, so can maybe start threatening the Centaur a little bit. But this is 3 points in Retaliate, so it's a pretty decent chunk of damage. Only 1 point in Blur, which seems pretty normal. This Axe skin is so good. I gotta play Axe more. Finally, 1 point in the X marks the spot. Does this even scale that much? The slow duration goes up. Chilburst Swagger has made his way bot, so there's potentially 3 heroes here. Maybe a 3v3 brawl. There's no Death Ward, so if they do want to fight, this is a good time for them. They should know that Death Ward is still on cooldown for a bit. So Yuzu chasing down Leona Herden. And Axe in a little bit of trouble here. He's got the phase boost. The Boundless Strike is ready with the crit. And the Winter's Curse going to kill Chilburst Wagons here. He also wasted all of Monkey King's Jingu stack. So that's a big problem. And nice 2-man stop from Fruitcakes here. LSTM gonna go down. Jingu's built up for the Monkey King. There's no Boundless Strike for 4 seconds. Might try and save it, but Slack's here now. Oh no, Slack is going to clean up house. Leona Hayden is going to go down just barely. And it's a hasted Slack too, so they can't run away anymore. The creep's blocking the path as well. No points in Tree Dance yet, so Kiki's going to go down here. Oh, and Zilla's showed up. This could be pretty bad. The boat combo comes out, and Slark is getting really low, but he's not going to die. The Tidebringer is not going to be able to finish him off. There's one more Tidebringer available, but Slark doesn't actually get hit by it. And Zilla, he's also going to feed here. Nice 2-man stop again from Fruitcakes. He's getting so low, but Slark, the man of the hour, going to be able to take the fight. That was a huge swing. All 5 heroes dead from the side of Facebook. I liked that they grouped up early to deal with this luck, but they did end up getting the kill, and all this space was created for Coronavirus Patient. I'm definitely getting demonetized, even though like this isn't monetized, but I would get demonetized for saying that, unfortunately. Radiant's top tower is under siege. Also, no points in Tree Dance or Wukong's command. So that's interesting skill build coming out. We'll see what he decides. Okay, he picked up Wukong's command. Still no points in Tree Dance. I'm not a big fan of this build. I think you want at least 1 point, at least by like level 8. Like maxing out Boundless Strike, I can respect that. The cooldown, oh not the cooldown, the stun duration goes up a lot. I'm actually surprised the cooldown doesn't go down at all. It seems like something that would be a pretty useful thing for Monkey King. Echo Saber, on the way. So Fruitcakes, I mean, he has to do a pretty hefty chunk of work. Disruptor, he's gonna spot Coronavirus Patient, and the instant crit, the double crit from Coronavirus Patient, going to blow up the Disruptor there. And Fruitcakes is in a lot of trouble. Tex is here, so is Chilburst Wagons, but it's 4v5. The Stampede is used to run away. So nice disengage there, but using the Stampede defensively, it's not usually something you want to do this early on. So, wow, now a 4k gold lead. It was pretty close up until that fight at bot. 15-minute bounty runes. Coronavirus patient with a completed demon edge now. Oh, I guess complete is not the right word. Chubro Swaggin is just gonna back off from that top rune. I feel like he could have gotten it. He does have a point in Ice Path. May have been a bit tough. Alright, Tex. He is potentially in a lot of trouble. Still no points in Tree Dancer. There's no way for him to get out. The call to start things off, and he's super dead. So drums first on the Kunkka. I mean, I guess like he's kind of fallen really far behind, so he should just try and make the Monkey King stronger. They're very all in on this Monkey King at this point. I think Kunkka is definitely fallen off very far. Maybe see a Crystallis after the drums is complete. He's just a recipe away now. Grove Bow. Be pretty nice for the Winter Wyvern. Get that extra range. We'll probably see Wyvern go for the plus 60 damage talent. I think the 1% cold embrace heal is not that good.
Under siege.
Alright, Monkey King completed Echo Saber, go for a BKB next. Oh, finds a Ring of Aquila. That's quite nice for him. Nethershore picked up by the axe. I guess it's pretty good on Witch Doctor. It's not too useful for them this game. There is a ton of magic damage though. The Stampede comes out. Blink, hoof stomp on the axe. The axe will be the sacrifice here. But Witch Doctor, he wants to come back in for this. The cast comes out, and the Death Ward as well. So Chilbro Swaggins, actually, the Death Ward gets cancelled by a nice 3-man boat. But Slug's here now with the double damage as well. Oh, they're in so much trouble. The Wukong's command comes out, but I don't think they can fight the Slug even with the Wukong's command, and he's got to run. Oh, a nice pounce gets blocked by the kinetic field at least. So they will only lose 2. Meanwhile, space created for the P8 with a completed Battle Fury now. So this game looking very rough for from Facebook right now. That's Miss Kunkka not really finding much impact here. It was a nice 3-man boat, but they weren't able to convert that into any kills. He even got the initiation on the axe. Maybe not the target you want to go on. He's pretty tanky. He's got a full pipe complete as well to block that both the Chikiro and the Kunkka. And, I mean, Static Storm also does a pretty decent chunk of damage. So I do like the pipe pickup as well. And they're not really like actively brawling. They're not going out of their way to start fights, so I like the pipe instead of the blink. Oh, PA gets a double crit on Tex. The X comes out, the boat as well with the torrent, but I don't think they have enough damage for this. The stomp as well, the bounce, oh, the Winter's Curse, wasting the whole Jingu again, and the Death Ward comes out. Fruitcakes and Tex will both go down there. And Axe, he's running in aggressively, gets glimpsed back, but they lost their 2 strongest heroes. Another nice Winter's Curse to just get rid of the Jingu stacks. That was pretty well played. Oof, a 12k gold defense. Just Slark with a completed BKB as well. There's nothing that's going to be able to touch this Slark now. Going for an Axe next. I mean, this got nerfed quite a bit. 1400 to 1200, and then another 100 in 7.25. Oh, Stampede comes out, but for just a Witch Doctor? I don't think that's worth it at all. He gets cold embraced as well, so it's going to take a really long time to kill him. The stump comes out. LSTM will actually die, but I mean, they used a stampede for Scylla. He's now in a lot of trouble. He has the boat available in a second. He should drop it before he dies, at least to buff the rest of his team up. The boat comes out. Slark gets popped by the boat. The BKB comes out from the Slark though. He's just going to be able to walk out of the Static Storm and the Wukong's command. And Centaur getting cold embrace Winter's Curse again and will die to the Monkey King one more time. Meanwhile, Monkey King getting cold by Yuzu, and Coronavirus Patient is in now just to clean up. Another decisive team fight taken by Google Cloud players. In this game, I don't really know how Facebook can really come back into this. I like the halberd on Kunkka. It's gonna be able to disable both PA and Slug for quite a while. I don't know, Gaben thinks this is like a done and dusted game. It's 100% win rate. I mean, it's looking quite rough for them, that's for sure. I mean, PA almost has a completed Deso as well, so just 400 gold away from that. And then like these supports, they're gonna melt. Disruptor only 1.1k. Shakira in the same boat, very little armor to speak of. Well, I guess Shakira does have the Arcane Ring. It actually gives a lot of stats, I didn't realize. It used to be... wait, what? It used to be an energy booster and a Ring of Protection, but it's... gives intelligence and not mana. Oh, Tex, he is in so much trouble. Not going to be able to tree dance out of there. He actually managed to get the Boundless Strike off, so he might be able to jump. Oh, but he gets caught by the Dark Pact. And Fruitcake's now also in a lot of trouble. Then blink forward from the axe, not able to get the call on Chillbray, but the Diffusal will help finish off the Jakiro. Winter's Curse, that was really weird, but Jakiro will end up dying here. And BKB from the Slark would pounce in, not even without the axe. Glimpse will save him for the time being, but they can just go high ground now. 3 heroes dead on the side of Facebook. Looks like they're going to back off for the time being. There's still other objectives to take, so might as well take the rest of the map before you go for highest clay as high ground. Vampire Fangs plus the lifesteal talent on PA, so a lot of lifesteal coming out for this PA now, and it was all free. Gonna go for Roche now. Interesting, that was a strange interaction. I think Coronavirus Patient blinked too early there. The blink got cancelled by the Aegis, by the Lincolns, and then the dagger went through. Axe next on the PA as well. Just gonna get that nice cooldown reduction, cooldown reset. I mean, cooldown reduction on Blur as well is pretty dope. It also makes it last longer, right? Anytime applies a Dispel, it's also insta cast. Oh no, Scylla's courier got taken out as well. He was going for an Axe, and now he won't have the point booster for 2 minutes. I mean, he's not gonna have the rest of it yet anyway. Monkey King so far away from BKB. I don't even know if it's gonna help. Chillbray Swaggins gets deleted instantly. I mean, I don't really see how Facebook can hold this push. It seems they lost their Jakiro as well, so they can't just like macropie the wave. Looks like Google is gonna play it safe and take the top T2 while they're at it. Witch Doctor with a completed Glimmer Cape as well, so actually Deathport's damage doesn't go up by Spell Amp. Probably doesn't realize that. I've never seen, that's kind of weird, but Maledict does go up. I wonder why it doesn't. Oh, they're in! Tree Dance into the fight here, and JC, he'll get taken down pretty early. Slark in a bit of trouble here. He's forced to BKB Shadow Dance, and Leona Hayden's gonna go down too. And actually, it was a pretty decent start. He managed to get the Wyvern. PA hasn't quite arrived yet, but once PA shows up, I think this fight is very much over. The dagger comes out, no blink from Fruitcase, he gets 2-shot! And a blink call as well, and Monkey King also in a ton of trouble. Nice boundless strike, will at least get LSTM, but was it worth it? Probably not. So, they get both supports, but lose 4 heroes for it, so pretty not worth. Monkey King did get a pretty hefty chunk of gold for it. Ag's now done on Slark. Nice path. Alright, Pia's going back with BKB. That's a little bit more sensible. I mean, Ags is great, but nope, Scylla, he's in so much trouble. One more dagger, not gonna be there. The pounce comes out. The glimpse will send the Slark back. Oh, my camera's going crazy. What's going on? Spirit Vessel done on Wyvern as well. Orb of Destruction on PA. Oh, this is... You don't want to see this. This is bad for them. BKB is done as well. I mean, Google card players, they're taking their time. They should know they're like quite far ahead. Like, and I mean, Gaben's. This has been 100% since 20 minutes according to Gaben. But you gotta take your time. Make sure you do this properly. Witch Doctor just gonna be able to Glimmer Cape out of there. Oh, Stampede comes out. Found the strike to start the PA's advance, but the Slark comes in from downtown with the pounce. And Scylla in a ton of trouble here. The cast comes out. Monkey King ulti. Gonna try and zone them out a bit, but Slark, he does not care. The BKB is forced. Tex in a ton of trouble. The plus 20 armor is not gonna help him here, and he goes down inside the Wukong's command. Nice arts pass would buy some time, but yeah, Jakira's super dead, and GG is called. Pretty big stump from Google Cloud players. I don't know. I've definitely seen that Dota from Facebook like tends to pick really weak lanes. Like there's no setup for the Shakiro. He's a strong laner, but you need like something to set up the ice path with. I think the lane went okay for them. Disruptor, I think, is like not that. I don't know. Did he like, even start with mangoes? I don't know, it's tough. I think the 2 side lanes went fine, but mid lane was a big disaster here. Slark against Kunkka. Doesn't matter if you ban Razor, I mean Slark is pretty good. Had a pretty free game. PA managed to catch up too with the Battle Fury. It was pretty rough from Data from Facebook, so good win for Google Cloud players.